Guys, this is the first 2024 Alfa Romeo Giulia with this paint color, Verde Montreal. Well, the Giulia Quadrifoglio has this paint color and it matches that of the new Tonale. This is the first time we've seen it. It's not Verde Montreal anymore, Verde Montreal for this model. So I want to show this off to you guys and show you everything that this new 2024 Quadrifoglio has to offer before it's discontinued. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rise. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where behind me here today at Alfa Romeo Lakeland here in Florida is the first Verde Montreal 2024 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. Now, I know we've had a green Quadrifoglio on the channel before, but we've never had one in Verde Montreal. Now, why does that paint sound familiar? We'll get into that in just a moment, but it's the first in green. And obviously is one of the last new Quadrifoglios we're gonna have on the channel before they disappear in early June of this year. Final models are leaving the factory and that's it. That's it for the ICE model Quadrifoglios. Everything else, electric from here on out. Now again, big shout out to Alfa Romeo Lakeland here in Florida for this 2024 Giulia Quad. Make sure you guys check the link in the description so you guys can get this beautiful model in your hands today before they are all gone. Now the wheelbase for the Quadrifoglio is 111 inches with a curb weight of 3,862 pounds and passenger volume of 94 cubic feet. Now your total length is 182.6 inches. Your width is gonna be 73.8 inches and your total height is 56.1 inches. Now before we pop the hood, you can see the nostrils here. There's gonna be heat extracting on each side. It gives it a very aggressive look because when the steam comes out of there, that means that this twin turbo V6 is doing what it needs to do. Now, before we get to that, we also have the dry carbon hood and you can see it exposed underneath. But we know this very well. We've known it for a while now and it's still one of the best performing engines out there. So paired with the 8-speed ZF transmission, carbon fiber drive shaft, this rear wheel drive has a twin turbo 3-liter V6. Now, this V6 is no normal V6 because it's a Ferrari-derived V6, and it pumps out 505 horses, 443 pound-feet of torque, which is going to get you from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and a top speed of 191 miles per hour. I think 739 at the Nürburgring, which was crazy back in 2016 when this first came out. That number was just something to obviously brag about in a sedan. And this is very sought after because of what it does and how it performs, how it sounds, which we'll hear in a moment, but it's gonna be even more praised when it goes away. And again, shortly that will be happening when the ICE models for the Quadrifoglios will no longer be orderable as of next month in April. You cannot order these new from the factory, and the last one of the ICE version Quadrifoglios will leave in June as we will be replacing this with batteries. All right, so it will be electric moving forward unless something, decides to change in between there and then. But with that said, let's just shut up. Let's admire it. Let's hear what it has to say. So first things first, well, for 2024, we got the new tri-LED headlamps that we've seen in the Alfa Romeo Tonale, and now we have it here in the Giulia, and it looks beautiful. As you guys can see, the Alfa Romeo script on the side here with the reflector, and then the kind of eyebrow feel on the top done in black there as well with the black house tri-LEDs that we will see illuminated shortly. We still have the Scudetto and Trilobo right up front, but with the dark metal finish. Per usual, we still have the retractable carbon fiber front lip. Yes, at 70 miles per hour, this will retract, this will go down, and it will add extra downforce in order for you to perform the best with this model. So we still have that per usual, still have the aggressive styling when it comes to ventilation and cooling and the slats here, or slits here, shall I say, on the sides to give it all that beautiful look that we are used to for the Quadrifoglio models. So now let's talk about the side profile because it has a lot to offer in this variant. First up, the 19-inch technical wheels. These are an option. These are not standard. Same with the red calipers and white script. They're also an option. Now, the 19-inch technical wheels are actually lighter than the standard 5-hole wheels, which you'll see on most Quadrifoglio models, unless you option this one out. So as you guys can see, we have it there with the monochrome center cap. And we also have, again, those Brembo brakes, red calipers, white script, drilled rotors there. And of course, we have the sticky Pirelli P0 tires, the Corsas. I mean, these are going to be the sticky ones to keep you on the road for handling when it comes to this, because we know that the steering response in this is crazy when you take this around the track. Now, with that said, speaking of track, this is a performance model, right? So we got to have the Quadrifoglio badge. We know what that stands for. Is only for not Maserati. It's Alfa's most highest praised models, most performing models, most historic models. So you guys will see that there, the Quadrifoglio badge, a cloverleaf badge on the front fender with some extra air extraction there, airflow there. All right, so you can see that in the fender as well. Black mirror caps, black window moldings as well, and then the black B-pillar to go with it, all gloss black up there. Then the side skirt done in carbon fiber going along the side here just looks so aggressive, so sharp. It's just a beautiful addition to make the side profile look as good as it does. Now let's come to the rear, because how aggressive, how beautiful is this thing? I say every single time. And the sun has kind of gone behind a cloud here, so you guys can see what it looks like kind of in a darker shade. You know, the paint definitely kind of takes a different character when you do have the sun away. And really you can tell that this is a darker shade than Verde Montreal. But that aside, look at this thing. Quad exhaust tips, shark fin, aggressive diffuser that looks just insane. Honeycomb grille, functional down there as well, with the reflectors all blended in. And you can see the side slats and cuts and slits there to kind of give it that flare out, and obviously to help with airflow. You guys can see the aggressive stance on the wheels sticking out there. Look so cool how that squats. The clear tails, new for 2024. We've seen them before, but they went away and now they're back and they look lovely. Per usual, Giulia badge, Alfa Romeo insignia right there as well. And then the carbon fiber wing here, as you guys can see. Trunk spoiler, looks good. Obviously, for the Quadrifoglio models, you're gonna get that standard, and by gosh, does it help with this whole package, because again, look at that from the back. Take a step and just, I mean, wow, there's no bad angle. Now we're rocking about 13 cubic feet of space when it comes to the trunk area. Pretty standard, right? 40-20-40 split in the rear. Triggers right there to let down both of the seats, or sorry, both of the seats, all three of the seats. And then push that aside, you do have your battery on the side here. Little extra cubby over there, and then underneath, no spare tire, but we do have a tire inflate kit, and we also have our tire, our tow hook and our screwdriver as well there. But yeah, it's pretty standard for the Giulia, for the Quadrifoglio as well. Tons of space when you're using something like this. For fuel economy, we're looking at 20-17-25. 20 combined city and highway, 17 city, 25 highway, and we gotta put some premium fuel in this thing to make sure she is running the best. Now the sun went away for a minute, so perfect time for me to show you guys the illumination of the Giulia QV in, again, Verde Montreal. You guys can see the tri-LEDs, the full LED headlamp, switchback for the amber turn signal there as well. Looks really good, very clean, love it. And then you can see the mirror cap here, done with the amber turn signal there. And then in the rear, the new clear tails, illuminated there. Looking really good with the flashers. Put it all together, and man, that looks so good. All right, guys, so I just hopped right in and got right to it, because this is one of the most beautiful cockpits in 2024 when it comes to a performance sedan. So with that said, first things first, we have the beautiful Alfa Romeo flat bottom steering wheel with the Alcantara in the inners. We have the carbon fiber with the clover leaf down there in the center, letting you know which model we're working with here. Red start stop button, the aluminum paddle shifters here, column mounted as well. And then we have a digital screen we'll get to in just a moment. Aluminum for the pedals, dead pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal. We have the aluminum side sill with the Alfa Romeo script there. Leather uppers and the stitching here to go with Also, soft touches with the stitching here on the armrest, Harman Kardon sound system, and the new 3D carbon fiber trim is in this model with the bezels going around the door handle here as well. Our start-stop button, our parking controls, our parking sensor controls, and then our lighting controls here as well. A little extra stowage for, you know, your license, registration, insurance, all that good stuff there. Turbine vents when it comes to our ventilation here as well. Ventilation here, 8.8-inch screen, which we'll see here in just a moment as I put my foot on the brake. Press the start-stop button and bring this thing to life. Now, keep in mind, we've seen this model here for the touchscreen. We've had it for a very long time. And with that, it is completely touch, Alfa Romeo in-house, but we can use right here, this dial and these hotkeys to control this center screen. Now, keeping in touch with this whole thing, that 3D carbon fiber trim, the wicker basket 3D feel is so cool. Obviously, with that, we have our radio controls here. We also have our DNA switch. This is going to be our drive mode selector. I'll get to that in just a second. 2-track system for our HP ZF. So for our gear selector there, we do have that. And you also see the leather with the stitching there as well. The electric parking brake key fob holder, which we're using here, and our cup holders there as well. Extra stowage, 2-zone climate control there with the USB 2.0 and 12-volt plug-in. And again, that infotainment we've been talking about is right there as well. Now, wireless charger, and we got more. USB 2.0, aux, and USB-C with our key transmitter, just in case our key fob battery dies. We got that there. Now, I'm sitting on these sport seats that are heated seats that are perforated. Looks really good, and extra thigh support there as well. We also have the leather uppers for the doors, stitching, that carbon fiber going throughout over the glove box here that you guys will see. And then put that down, we come back here. This is where we need to talk. Now, since our dash is new for this year, well, there's a couple of different things you can do when it comes to the digital speedo. Like, press this here, and it will be a menu view change. So you guys can see, I can change the 3 different layouts when it comes to my actual views. Now, I can customize what's in each of those views by pressing this here and then scrolling up. So you guys can see I'm going through the middle. All right, but then I can press it again and then go over here and change all the information there. So it's customizable. Now, when I add my drive mode selector, the DNA switch to the mix, well, we'll start off at advanced efficiency, which is gonna be green because that's gonna be your best fuel economy. That's gonna be the best savings. Then we go to natural, which is everyday driving. Normally that's in red. I don't see it in red there. Then you have dynamic, it was in blue. It was in blue. It's normally in blue. Red. Dynamic is red. And red means we open up the exhaust valves where we got a little bit more throttle. We got some more driving experience, some more aggressiveness to your everyday driving. But if you want to do track ready driving, then you go into what you would call race mode. And you guys will see that our damper light has changed from dynamic, all right, from soft to hard, as you guys can see in race mode. And race mode gives you a completely different screen up here with the tack going for your RPMs right in the center there. Your miles per hour right there in the center. Your drive select mode, you're here right in here in the center. You have the clover leaf here. All that is very focused on what you are doing because driving assistance off, your your traction controls off, all that, you are on your own in race mode, and that is the yellow theme color when it comes to race mode. So again, that is your most aggressive mode when it comes to driving. In the Quadrifolios, only the Quadrifolios have race mode, and it's a beautiful thing to see on this digital dash. So just wanted to show that off for you guys because there's a couple different ways you can customize this, but in race mode, this is what you're looking at, and this is the best place to be behind the wheel of a Giulia Quadrifoglio in 2024. Race mode, exhaust valves open, it is ready to hit the road and just go. Now, when we take a look at the rear, we still have the same quality materials in the back as we do up front. Same bucket seats, sport bucket seats, perforated leather. They are heated. Also, the stitching as well. You will see that we also have the 3D carbon fiber in the door, extended leather, the stitching going throughout as well, and the Harman Kardon speakers too to go with this flavor. Now, in the backrest, you have the netting here, as you guys can see. All right, and then you also have the turbine vents right here for the HVAC. USB 2.0 plugins, the heated seat controls, and then in the middle, you have your cup holders. Again, everything that you expect out of the Giulia Quadrifoglio in the rear, you get. So what do we have here for the 2024 Giulia Quadrifoglio? Well, we're looking from a starting price of $81,370 to a total price after the $1,595 destination of $87,365. Now with that, we have the basic 4-year, $50,000 warranty, and the powertrain 4 years, $50,000 as well. But how do we get here? Well, let's talk about it, because first we have that Verde Montreal metallic exterior paint at $2,200, Alfa's most expensive paint job for the 2024 model year. Then we have the Active Assist Plus package at $700, which is all of your driver assistance. Then at the very bottom, you have the 19-inch dark technical wheels here as an option for $750, and then the gloss red calipers at $750. So those are your 4 options for the Giulia Quadrifoglio for 2024 to get to that price. But everything standard is right here as well that you would get for $81,000. So make sure you guys check this out as well as I go down here slowly, as slow as possible, not the smoothest possible, but so you guys can screenshot, zoom in, pause, do whatever you need to do to see everything we get standard on this model for that $81,000 price range. I will continue to do it again on this side so you guys can see everything here, because it's a total package, and obviously it's going to be worth it if you guys are looking to get a part of history when it comes to this Giulia Quad. This is it. Verde Montreal, technical wheels, great spec. And I mean, obviously for the price, it's gonna be worth it for you guys, because we're not gonna get anything like this moving forward. So with that said, check out the link in the description. If you guys wanna get this model into your garage, check out their website at Alfa Romeo Lakeland. Also subscribe, click the notification bell. And with that said, you guys be blessed, and we will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.